All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first, the Uno, the original Bombcast. I'm Jake Berryman hosting the show, and got Caleb, the man on the controls today. And, just want to give a little introductory podcast here. I guess this is the 0 episode beyond the trailer, but want to just kind of fill you guys in on what we're trying to accomplish here and tell you a little bit about what's to come in the future. So really excited. And I think you guys can probably tell if you follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, visit the website, even semi-regularly, that we've really been stepping up our online presence and sort of what we're trying to offer to the community. And I'm a big time podcast fan. There's probably 7-8 of us here at the shop that are big time podcast people. It seems like there's always some kind of podcast playing in the background while we're working, getting you guys quotes, building out tools, whatever. And, it's just something that we kind of wanted to share and bring to our community. I know there's a couple other podcasts. The names don't come directly to mind out there kind of in the space. And I know they've done some cool stuff too. But on the Bombcast, we just really want to kind of make it a little bit more global, make this something that we can share with the whole community and, create kind of a space for, entertainment. I think we provide a ton of value already in terms of just what we're doing online on the training and information side and everything like that. But we haven't had as big of an opportunity to share, something to listen to, something to kind of connect you guys into the bigger picture, like I said. So welcome to the Bombcast. What's our main goal? I guess kind of the word that I jotted down thinking about this whole thing was community. I think any good niche or any good industry has a good community with it. And it's been awesome over the last 10 years seeing all of you guys at the IBTIs and the USBTA events, Operation Red Rocks. That's our event in St. George that we've been putting on every year. Sans last year because of the Rona. But, we've put on a lot of events. We've traveled all over the world. There's a really good chance we've been in your shop, and we've definitely been in your state or your city. And just making a place that we can tie it in and have you guys check in once every couple weeks here. We'll put out a new episode, maybe more, maybe less, depending on, the feedback and what you guys think about it. But really a place we can come in here and we can keep it social, keep it casual. I think a lot of the stuff we put out, of course, in keeping in traditions with military and law enforcement and stuff, we really try and keep it squared away and professional. And I want this to be maybe the one outlet or the one space where we can come in and be a little bit more casual and just kind of kick back and something you could toss on in the car or while you're working in the shop, and just kind of get updates on what's going on in the community. So we're definitely going to keep it casual, keep it unfiltered, tell some crazy stories. And I think that's kind of the form that the podcast is going to take. We're going to do some interviews, with some of our cadre, but definitely with other people in the community. Some of the old timers, the old schoolers, we'll talk about what kind of tools they were working with and bring back some memories of missions past. Maybe some of the high end tier 1 guys, a couple guys come to mind. We'd love to get in the podcast studio and tell some stories, do some interviews, current events, talking new products, maybe get some other companies in here and just talk on just a little bit more casual, scaled back basis. Not everything so official like some of the big demos and virtual events and online training and in-person demos that we've put out for you guys. This is a chance to just kind of talk on a real basis about what we're presenting and what's out in the market, and not just our products, everybody's products, everybody in the community and tactical. It's not a sales pitch. I want to be clear here on the first podcast. We're not trying to make this a podcast of just selling things. Matter of fact, that's my absolute least priority with this podcast, is not to really try and sell and make it boring demos the whole time. But like I said, scale it back and talk about something, thoughts, pros, cons, what's worth adding to the truck, what's new in the community, stuff like that. And then again, telling some stories. We're going to do some beers and Bombcasts too, where we're going to get some of the new beers and some of the new spirits to sample in here and have a good time. So our training coordinator, Skip Curtis, a lot of you guys know him. He'll be coming in. We're definitely breaking out a couple of stogies and, have a nice cigar and talk shop. I think we want to kind of broaden the scope a little bit too, because there's only so much that you can say about the community in a given 2-week period. You guys know the sands of time move a little bit slowly in the government world, much to the dismay a lot of the time. So, we're going to open that up a little bit. We want to talk about the stuff you guys love, which is the same stuff that we love, so we're going to talk some guns. We're going to talk things tactical. We're going to talk just any kind of new tool, product, idea, current event, anything. We may bring it up. I may give a take on that. And we'll have plenty to talk about, plenty to keep you guys entertained and informed. And I guess that's one more thing worth saying. I am going to host this podcast, the Bombcast. And I am a longtime representative and the director of sales for WMDTech. But I do think it's important to be semi-clear. Some of the things we talk about, because it is going to be in a casual nature, do not necessarily reflect the views of the company as a whole or the ownership. This is really the take that I'm putting out. So I can only speak for myself. I'm definitely not speaking for everybody on some of those takes. And, just some of the engagements that we might have. So I speak for myself as a longtime director of sales here at WMDTech, but I don't necessarily always speak for the company. If we get into the weeds on something, having fun, I just want to be clear about that. So, I think this is just a good, like I said, introduction. We wanted to get in today. We've got the studio set up here. Caleb on controls, like I said, testing out all the gear, making sure we're ready to rock. But we are going to come out next week or the week after. Caleb, do you have that email I sent with the schedule for the podcast? Caleb's going to pull that up real quick. But I'll give you guys a little sneak peek at some of the upcoming episodes. And while he's pulling that up, one more thing I want to share is if you or somebody that or kind of want to nominate to the show to come on, definitely reach out to us. The communication line is contact@wmdtech.online, or of course you can call us 866-WMDTech. And hey, we'd love to have you on. Let's have a conversation. We can zoom you in HD. If you're anywhere in the Pacific Northwest or are going to be in the Pacific Northwest, even if it's down the road, reach out. Let's get you on the schedule. Let's get you in and have a talk. If there's somebody you guys really want to hear from, reach out. Let's have a talk. If you're a representative of an organization and you feel like you've got something interesting that you want to share beyond just a sales pitch, but something you want to get in here and talk about, maybe it's a new protocol, maybe it's a training, maybe it's something that you don't believe in and you got a hot take and you want to put that out to the community, reach out. Contact@wmdtech.online. And, if it's interesting, we'll get you in here and we'll talk about it. So some of the upcoming podcasts, we have Rob coming in, Robert Brown, our CEO and owner, talk a little bit about the origin story of WMDTech, what he's trying to accomplish here. Just like the consumer world, everything you guys do is a vote with your dollars when you decide to do business with us. And we just kind of want to open it up and have a little bit of transparency and let you guys know what his mission statement is and what we're working on, as well as talk a little bit more about the robotic precision aim stuff that we've been working on. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, check out our YouTube page, and we have the WMDTech virtual event from a couple of weeks ago we put on there. And there's some pretty high speed footage of the RPA, the robotic precision aim system. And hey, Caleb outdid himself. It looks like something you'd see on Apple or something. It's got all the angles. I was waiting for Jason Statham to come out, but check that out. That's the RPA podcast and the origin story coming up on the 13th of April. We got Skip Curtis as promised. He's coming in. We're busting out the stogies. We're busting out. He's a gin and tonic guy. I'm going to have to come in with some whiskey, and we're going to talk some crazy bomb tech stories. And trust me, he's got many and plenty. So we're going to talk about just, what are some of the crazy bomb tech stories that he's had over his 30 plus years in the industry. After that, we're actually going to have Caleb come in about a month from now. He's going to come off the controls and grab the mic next to me here. And we're just going to talk about online training. Is it the new normal? And I'm on the surface, even to me, you're like, man, I don't know. No, I'm telling you, that's going to be a great podcast, because with this new online platform that we're putting out, there's just so many questions. I can tell, especially a lot of you old school bomb tech guys, you're interested. You're liking what you're hearing, but there's some skepticism. What's the online platform? What does that look like? Is it kind of going to be the next big face of what we're doing or not? Or there's a lot of takes on that. There's a lot of pros and cons. So we're going to jump into that, talk about it. This one's going to be really fun. This may be a Saturday podcast coming up in June, but we're going to do bomb related product sampling. So this one's just purely for fun, guys. I have this whole list of everything you could think of: matches, beers, booze, cigars, weird toys, all kinds of stuff that's been named after a bomb or a bomb related product. Essentially, we're gonna sample them out, let you guys know what's worth trying. There's some hot sauce that apparently could make you shake. So we're gonna test it out. I'm a little nervous because that's gonna be on video, and I don't want my eyes to pop out on video, but we're gonna try it. And then last one that we have planned out now was a question that I had sent to Skip, I don't know, like 2-3 months ago, and we ended up having like a 2-3 hour conversation on it. But I asked him the question, theoretically, what's the biggest bomb that we could actually make, that could actually be dropped? And I didn't anticipate that was going to be a controversial subject, but I think everyone's got an opinion on that. So we may drop a little 20-30 minute fun podcast on theoretically what's the biggest bomb that could actually be made and deployed, what kind of damage are you looking at, et cetera, just for fun. So right there, guys, that's some titles. You can see some of them are a little bit leaning forward into the business side of it, what's coming up. And some of it's just for fun, industry related stuff that we kind of want to share. And, we're going to start rolling out a current events section at the end of all the podcasts where, Caleb may lob over some questions. Hey, some of it could get political, and I don't want to get crazy in the weeds with that stuff, but I'm interested on, how some of these current events are affecting you guys in the streets, especially our law enforcement officers out there, the military side of the house. Everybody's got an opinion and an anecdote or whatever, but I'm curious to maybe get some of you guys either call in or send us some messages and let us know your opinion and what you're thinking, and we can be sort of an echo for you guys and kind of put that out and, see how things are affecting all of us. And maybe learn something we didn't know or a new perspective. So it's going to be really fun. Again, this is the Bombcast, episode 0, actually, the intro. And looking forward to coming on April 13th. The next podcast will go live. In the meantime, we got a lot of different segment ideas. Like I said, if you got questions, comments, concerns, you want to be on the show, you want to nominate someone, contact at WMDTech.online. Reach out. Let's talk. If you are a vendor and you're interested in some sponsorship on the show, reach out, contact at WMDTech.online, and we're going to have some fun. If you haven't already, like the Instagram and the Facebook page. Hop over to my LinkedIn, give me an ad, Jake Berryman on LinkedIn, and I'll be posting a lot of the content there so you guys never miss it. And then this podcast should go live on your Apple Podcast, Spotify, all the same places you would get those podcasts. It could take us a week or two to finish getting that set up. They'll definitely be up on YouTube here, and in the future, those are going to be distributed out to all the other podcast vendors. So check us out. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. April 13th, we are going on the origin story, and we're moving on from there. God bless, guys. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.